Okay, so this video is to basically show the stereo phenomenons that I couldn't in my live stream the other day because I messed up the audio on that. So this is the SawCorePWM sound where I showed how we were using phase to create different interactions and other wave shapes using two sawtooth operators, aka oscillators in the SY99. And our basic sound is this. So that's just a single element of our two sawtooth waves interacting to give us the pulse width modulation stuff. Again, this is the single sawtooth wave. This is the second sawtooth wave. And then again together. So I'm going to turn on element 2, and so this is an exact clone of the other element, and everybody, as you can see here, is coming up mono, so it's going to sound as you expect. So we have some phase cancellations going on because the pitches are just too close. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of detuning between the two of them. Now we're going to go over to our panning, and we're going to do a little left-right break here. Let's see. Let's go a little wide. So now we've basically got two identical elements where they are slightly detuned and panned. So I'll just play the C chord here. So that's like the first level of what you would do to make a stereo patch. But because we have all this phase control of everything, we can now do phase offsets between our channels. So let's go ahead and do that. But actually, before I'm going to do that, I'm going to play with some more pitch variations between the two. So I'm going to change the vibrato from sine to triangle. So one side's got triangle and one side's got sine, so they are slightly different. So that puts some more pitch movement in there to again give you differences between the two signals on either channel. And then on this other one, what I'm going to go do is I'm going to give it a slow chorus thing going on here. So let me put it in isolation here and see what I'm doing. You have two LFOs in the SY series. So this is this guy. So I'm going to dial that in just a very subtle amount. Because we just want a little bit of movement, because the phasing that goes on with the detuning shift is again going to widen our stereo field a little bit more. So now we basically have a better stereo image because I've got more pitch discrepancies between the two channels. So now let's go in and put the special sauce on it, which is going to be phase offsets across all our operators between the right and left channels. So I'm going to do not quite, but almost a quarter cycle offset. I'm going to put in 30 here. Do the same thing over here. And I got to add 30 to that, so we're going to go to 94. So now if you look at your two elements, all the operators are offset by not quite, but almost a quarter cycle. So now our stereo image has gotten even wider because now we're getting different areas of the spectrum that are more dominant on one side than the other. So there's a little more top-end sizzle coming out on the right channel now. So to show you how we perceive phase, I'm going to change these guys. So this is the element 1 to the left, element 2 to the right. And now we're going to flip them. So that's now redistributed, which harmonics are more on the left and more on the right side. And then depending on how you personally perceive phase, you're going to notice there's sort of a shift in that stereo image. To me, there's a very distinct difference in this. Versus this. In this allocation, I'm getting a little more top end off in my right side, more mids on the left, but the image overall I perceive to be, oh, let's just say a little compact. And then when I go back to this other side, the other inversion of it, so we swap the channels. The brighter aspects come more to the center, the mid-range has gone more to the right, and it just doesn't seem like quite the same stereo field. This one definitely sounds wider to me. So that's pretty nice. Now I'm going to turn the effects on, and we're going to give this a go. Let's see. So that's your SY99 from 1991 FM synthesis. Sounds pretty damn good. So I don't mean to be bold, but you know, I have a third wave, I have a Polybrute 12, I have a Moog Muse, I have a Montage, I've got the C15, I've got a couple of Hydra-Synthi here. You know, I've got a lot of gear. I've had a lot of gear over the years, and I can tell you that this is still pretty damn good. So again, thanks for watching.